What's up, spectators? Welcome back to the episode of Danganronpa 2. Last time, we learned that the Future Foundation is able to create a virtual world where they can overwrite memories in order to treat previous trauma. Something along those lines. And now Hajime's like, ah, what's real? So, let's go see what's real. Ugh. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Ah! So you want me to go to the one room I can access? Whoa!
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. The nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up? I'm not sure. I don't fully understand. Did I pass anybody else? No. The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. Okay. It's like 2001 Space Odyssey. That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at that object... ASCII art? Nope. Hey, it's the programmer! Welcome to the Neo World program. A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person, I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It'd make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That's the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts. It's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. I can't feel my feet or the ground. You should know, right? Where is this place? What is the Neo World program? It has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That's why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place, the answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in. This space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. Even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. Sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. I understood what the words meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Are you saying this world is a fictional world? Can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It's used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here, and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the program. With the installed memory control unit, it's possible to remove any time period you set it to. From there, you upload the memories. Removing. Monokuma was right. But why? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope Speak Academy while it's still in an experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? World. Sorry! If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. Tell me more. For this session, the program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. They were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants. The observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority. As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world. If the teacher is properly managing, there's no risk. But because the virus infecting everything, that's changed. It changed the world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence. World. I don't really know the details. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as it already knows what I'm attempting to do. It stole a portion of my abilities, which contain my authority. To do stuff. It was like a grandmaster chess player. I tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, the world has been modified. She's talking about Monokuma Rock in the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But alter ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence. I can tell that just by communicating. Which means this supposed virus is so smart it surpasses this alter ego. If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? What the heck? An artificial intelligence waging attack against one another? That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible to infect it through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's the most likely what happened. It was blah 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 blah. I'm sorry. It's just so many words and a lot of repetitive words, and it's the repetitive part that kills me. But also my voice just really hurts from reading so much at once. So give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna take a sip of warm coffee. I'll feel refreshed to continue with this never-ending conversation. It's very important. I'm liking what I'm hearing. It's revealing. It's just long and repetitive. Hold on. Oh, yes. That's the good stuff. Woo! It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility. But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who is a member of the Future Foundation. What am I thinking? But it's true the virus is powerful, and I'm overwhelmed. but I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit. If it took an hour... Wait. If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as... To end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure.
Hey, come on now.
Even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel too. The defluxion based on the definition of existence that constitutes a relationship. Change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and... accelerates and crosses with a joint ownership of the world and situation from the context and invites your... You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there. Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice. I'm talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. The thing you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program's beyond our control. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Since there's no time, I'm gonna say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking. But that's entirely our fault. But it's not just the virus. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. But this was the only way to save you all. Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know 11037. The door to the ancient rune was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. Ah. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left the password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. It contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they're going to crush you with despair using the exam. See, when I read a sentence like that, it's like I just reread it again, and that's frustrating to me. I want you guys to okay, hold on. Before we get back to that. And it's not something I'd probably notice if I were reading without reading aloud. But it's very clear to me when I have to read it out loud, how repetitive it is. And by me complaining about this over and over again, I myself am becoming a hypocrite, and I'm complaining about the same thing over and over again. It's just not a great situation. I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. He just said that, Hajime. In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I have prepared a hidden command. It's the 4 shutdown sequence. Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. In order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. So this was all an attempt for the previous game's main characters to convert us, the former remnants of despair, into normal human beings by erasing our memories of the trauma of the tragedy. But it all went wrong. I gotcha.
Say what?
What was that? Hajime, what was that weirdness? Nothing. Okay.
Anyway.
That's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good AI tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time. About that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. You guys have a weapon, a powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use it. See that? Weapon at the end of like 4 consecutive sentences. Do our best. But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery's getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, should we do our best? Then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, blah 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 as that. When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037 added to truth bullets. Even if I know what time it is right now, what good would that do me? Okay.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy. See you soon.
This one. It's probably been between 20 and 30 minutes, but clearly we're about to begin the class trial, so I should probably end it right here, right? Yeah, that's a good idea. So stay tuned for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!